Hi there, welcome back. A few videos ago we spoke about the MARRES program in general. Today we will enter into more details about the course catalogue, so the different courses you will see with us at MARRES. So today we'll give you the knowledge that will come thanks to 5 different families of courses. First one being, of course, linked to biological oceanography, basics in marine sciences, analysis of the ecosystem and the data that you can collect, chemistry here and biotechnology to identify molecules from the organisms, the law, and also connection to the society. So now let's have a look to these different courses, step by step. First big part will be to speak about the biological oceanography. We will start large, having a look to the marine ecology. This class will speak about the ecosystem level. So we'll have a look to how the different fish or different organisms they can live together and apply some conservation approach. At a totally different level, we'll have a look to the individual level. Here, having a look to how organisms of different size, from the cell to the organism itself, can respond to stress, like for example, environmental stress. So we'll speak here about ecotoxicology, ecophysiology. Having a look after this to apply this on different focuses. The first focus will be here to speak about the fisheries. Having a look to biology, first keyword here. So how does it work? How does it work a fish? And also how do they reproduce? But also management, having a look there to how people can manage the fisheries. So we'll have a look to the different gears which are used by professionals. And of course, professional must be part of conservation approach. And the focus will be part here on different issues we have on the coast, really particular. Having a look here on this picture, which have been taken by a friend of mine. We're in Brazil. It's pretty unlikely this church have been constructed just on the beach. We asked to the villagers, and they told us, of course not. The church before was separated by a street to the sea, and because of erosion, which is one of the key words of this class here, coastal issues in biology and physics, well, the situation is not like this. So we'll have a look to this in this class. After this, we'll speak about biotechnology, how to use marine resources to make some values, maybe. Well, before we start this, we have to know pretty well exactly what we are looking at, and we call this biodiversity. And this class depicts marine biodiversity. The focus will be put here on to identify exactly the organisms. You can do this with different approaches, like the students here having a look with microscopes to the organisms, morphology. We can also have a look to the DNA of the organisms themselves. And well, we can also envisage different approaches like artistic approaches. We're entering now in the second aspect, environmental data and analysis, starting with the analysis of the environment itself. Equal here, environmental impact and quality assessment, will have a look to how we can just, having a look to a place or the organism that constitutes this place, we can know if the environment is healthy or not. Like, for example, this indicator species on the sandy shore. It's connected here to one key aspect of your employability that we want to develop, which is consultancy. Now let's speak about data analysis. This fantastic picture here shows you an island. You're just off Cannes, so you're just at 2 kilometers of one of the most urbanized coasts of the area. And here on this island, you have a really nice and wild ecosystem. The scientific adventure will give you all the tools to have the critical thinking and the scientific approach from the beginning to the end. So like here on alchemy, on this sail ship, we are collecting plankton with the net you can see just after. Well, we are there having a look to the biodiversity at sea. After this, you're back at the lab, you're identifying the organisms. Then with computers, you are analyzing the data themselves, and you have to communicate on the data at the end. We call this a scientific approach from the beginning to the end. We can enter into more details on the scientific and analysis tools that will not always make the students have these smiles. We call this the multivariate analysis and modeling tools. So here we are entering into really analytical tools that are tough but mostly used everywhere. And at the end, when you succeed, you may have this phase also. Entering into another part, now speak about chemistry and biotechnology. You can see we're still in science here. We'll first have a look to natural product valorization. So, for example, here in this microalgae farm, we will try to connect in this class the products that we are already using in cosmetics, in pharmaceutics, and the biodiversity that is creating this product. And then another approach will be, to have a look to identify a molecule of interest in an organism and how to extract it. This will be the class Acid on Analytical Chemistry for Bioactive Molecules. Two families to finish. The first one, law. It's fundamental. You have to know what you can do or not in the sea. And also you have to know how to protect your intellectual property. Intellectual property is in fact what you develop and what you can protect after this to avoid someone to steal it to you. The second aspect in law will be to have a look to marine resource and environmental law. So all the different actors, they can play together at sea, what you can do or not, just on the shore, on the continental shelf or in the open sea. And the last family will be, aiming at trying to connect science and society. The first one, the first class that students will have with us will be the introduction, the blue economy. What you can do, in fact, trying to combine science, conservation, and valorization, like here in Mauritius. In Mauritius, you can try to reduce overfishing in proposing fishermen to convert their business model, which is based on fisheries, into a more sustainable one, based maybe on sustainable tourism. So this class will combine all the different aspects. Unexpected potentials of marine resources will try to open students to biodiversity and, with a way that students will be able to have a look to a fish, for example, a different way. We'll speak about biomimetism, we'll speak about potentials in biomedicine, for example. Approaching the end, just a few ones more, tools that we will give, for example, to develop projects. You need to know some toolbox for project management. Also to communicate better between different persons that may have difficulties to connect together most of the time. So professional communication, intercultural communication. And at the end, you have to put your hands in the thing, and we call this entrepreneurship and innovation, all the hurdles that you may face if, for example, you join industry or you create your startup. So here we are. All of this knowledge, all of these skills must come with this objective to open your employability, research, conservation, consultancy, and entrepreneurship. Thank you for having viewed this video. Stay with us, stay tuned, have a look to our websites or send us an email, and stay tuned because new videos are coming. See you.